Have you ever opened a bag of Lay's chips and wondered how that one simple potato turns into the crunchy golden snack you can't stop eating? What if I told you that every single second, factories around the world are slicing potatoes so fast that your eyes couldn't even follow the blade? By the time you finish watching this video, you will never look at a bag of chips the same way again. Stick with me till the end, because the last step in this process is something almost nobody knows about. And it's the real reason your chips stay fresh for months without going stale. Let's get into it. Every single year, people around the world eat more than 4 million tons of Lay's potato chips. That is an unbelievable amount of potatoes turned into thin, crispy snacks. To keep up with that kind of demand, modern factories don't slice potatoes by hand anymore. Giant automated machines can process up to 15 tons of potato chips every single hour. If that doesn't sound fast enough, get this. Some machines slice around 125,000 chips every single minute. That means in the time it takes you to blink, dozens of chips have already been cut, cooked, and are on their way to being packed into a bag. This is not just cooking anymore. This is one of the most advanced food production systems on the planet. But before we dive into the machines and the factory floor, let's rewind the clock and talk about where this whole chip obsession actually started. The story of the potato chip goes all the way back to 1853. A chef named George Crum was working at a restaurant in Saratoga Springs, New York. According to popular legend, a customer kept sending back his fried potatoes, complaining that they were too thick and not crispy enough. Frustrated, George Crum decided to slice the potatoes as thin as he possibly could and fried them until they were hard and crunchy. To his surprise, the customer loved them. These thin, crispy potato slices became known as Saratoga chips, and just like that, a brand new snack was born. Now let's fast forward to 1932, almost 80 years later. A man named Herman W. Lay started selling potato chips out of the trunk of his car in Tennessee. Think about that for a second. One of the biggest snack brands in the entire world started with one guy driving around with bags of chips in his trunk, selling them wherever he could. Herman worked hard, built up his little business, and eventually founded the company that would carry his name, Lay's. In 1961, Lay's merged with another snack company called Frito Company, creating what we now know as Frito-Lay. Later on, this company became part of PepsiCo, one of the largest food and beverage companies in the world. So the next time you crack open a bag of chips, remember, it all started with a guy and his car trunk. So what actually makes Lay's chips taste the way they do? Surprisingly, the classic recipe only needs 3 ingredients. That's it. Just potatoes, vegetable oil, and salt. There are no artificial colors and no preservatives hiding in there. It's simple on paper, but turning these 3 basic ingredients into the perfect crispy chip takes an incredible amount of engineering, science, and precision. Let's walk through exactly how it happens, step by step. It all begins long before the potatoes even reach the factory. PepsiCo works directly with local farmers, and they don't just accept any potato that grows out of the ground. They contract farmers to grow very specific potato varieties. These special potatoes are chosen because they are high in starch and low in sugar. Why does that matter so much? Because potatoes that are high in sugar tend to turn a dark brown color when they are fried, and that's not the golden look chip companies want. By using potatoes low in sugar, the factory ensures every chip comes out looking uniform, golden, and crispy without random burnt or dark spots. Freshness is also a massive deal in this industry. There is actually a strict rule followed across the potato chip world known as field to bag in 48 hours. This means that from the moment a potato is picked out of the ground on the farm, it has to go through the entire journey, washing, slicing, frying, seasoning, and packaging, and end up sealed inside a bag within just 2 days. 2 days. That is how fast this entire operation moves, all to make sure you're eating the freshest possible chip when you finally open that bag at home. Once the potatoes arrive at the factory, they don't just get thrown straight into a machine. Every batch goes through a quality testing process first. Workers and machines check the potatoes to make sure they meet the standards needed for that perfect Lay's chip. Only after they pass this inspection do they move on to the next stage. The approved potatoes are then sent through a washing process using high-pressure water drums. These drums use recycled water systems, which is actually a smart and environmentally friendly move, since it cuts down on water waste while still getting the potatoes completely clean. After the wash, the potatoes pass through optical sorters. These are basically high-tech cameras and sensors that scan every single potato and automatically kick out any defective ones, whether they're too small, damaged, or oddly shaped. Only the best potatoes make it through. Next comes one of the coolest parts of the whole process: steam peeling. Instead of peeling potatoes with a blade like you might do at home, the factory blasts the potatoes with high-pressure steam. This steam loosens and removes the skins cleanly and quickly, without wasting much of the actual potato underneath. It's fast, efficient, and works on a massive scale that would be impossible to do by hand. Now here's where things get seriously impressive: the slicing stage. The peeled potatoes move into high-speed slicing machines that spin at speeds up to 3,000 rotations per minute. These machines are capable of slicing up to 50 tons of potatoes every single hour. Picture 50 tons of potatoes cut into thin slices in just 60 minutes. Each slice is cut to an extremely precise thickness of just 1.2 millimeters. That exact thickness is what gives Lay's chips their signature light and crispy texture. If the slice was even slightly thicker or thinner, the texture and crunch would be completely different. For the wavy version of the chips that a lot of people love, the machines use special serrated blades instead of straight ones, which cut the ridged, wavy pattern into each slice. After slicing, the potato pieces aren't fried right away. First, they go through a cold water bath. This step washes away the excess surface starch that naturally comes out of the potato once it's been cut. Removing this starch is important because it helps prevent the chips from sticking together and also helps them fry more evenly, giving that perfect golden color instead of clumping or turning uneven shades of brown. Then comes the frying stage, and this is where the magic really happens. The potato slices enter continuous industrial fryers that can stretch anywhere from 10 to 20 meters long. Yes, meters, not feet. These massive fryers are filled with hot vegetable oil heated to 180 degrees Celsius, which is about 356 degrees Fahrenheit. The slices float and cook through this hot oil river for about 2 to 3 minutes, transforming from soft, pale potato slices into crispy, golden brown chips right before they even leave the fryer. Of course, not every chip that comes out is perfect. That's where high-speed optical cameras come into play again. These cameras scan the chips as they move along the production line at incredible speed, automatically identifying any chips that are burnt, discolored, or broken. When a bad chip is spotted, the system uses a quick blast of air to knock it off the line before it can end up in your bag. This entire process happens in a fraction of a second, chip after chip, thousands of times per minute. Once the chips are fried and cooled slightly, it's time for seasoning. And honestly, this might be the most satisfying part to imagine. The chips are dropped into tilted rotating drums, kind of like a giant cement mixer, but for chips instead of concrete. As the drums spin and tumble the chips around, automated sprayers coat them with a fine seasoning powder. Whether it's classic salt, barbecue, sour cream and onion, or any other flavor, this is the stage where that flavor gets added. Here's an interesting detail most people never think about. How does the seasoning even stick to the chip in the first place? It's not glue or some artificial binder. It's actually the residual frying oil left on the surface of each chip. That leftover oil acts like a natural adhesive, allowing the seasoning powder to stick evenly across every single chip. Optical sensors monitor this entire process to make sure the seasoning coverage is consistent, so you don't end up with one chip that's overloaded with flavor and another one that's basically plain. Right around this same stage, the chips also pass through a cooling tunnel. Remember, they came out of the fryer at a scorching 180 degrees Celsius. Before they can be packaged, they need to cool down to roughly 35 degrees Celsius. This cooling tunnel handles that drop in temperature quickly and efficiently, preparing the chips for the final stage of their journey. And now we've made it to the part I promised you at the beginning, the detail almost nobody knows about. Before the chips get packaged, they pass through multi-head weighers. These machines are incredibly precise, and their job is to separate out the exact portion size needed for each individual bag, whether that's a small snack size bag or a large family size bag. Getting this weight exactly right is important for both quality control and making sure customers get a fair amount of chips every single time. The bags themselves are made from a special aluminum laminated foil material. This isn't just a random design choice. This type of packaging protects the chips from light, moisture, and air, all of which can make chips go stale or lose their crunch. But here's the real secret. Before the bag is sealed shut, it gets flushed with nitrogen gas. This step removes the oxygen from inside the bag. Why does that matter so much? Oxygen is one of the biggest reasons food goes stale and oils turn rancid over time. By replacing that oxygen with nitrogen gas, the chips stay fresher for a much longer time. As a bonus, that puffed up, air-filled bag you always see on store shelves isn't just empty space wasted on packaging. It's actually cushioning the chips inside, protecting them from getting crushed or broken during shipping and handling. So the next time you open a bag of Lay's and notice it's puffed up with air, you'll know exactly why. It's nitrogen gas doing its job, keeping every single chip fresh and crunchy until the moment it reaches your hands. When you really break it down, what looks like a simple bag of chips is actually the result of an incredibly complex system involving farming science, high-speed engineering, precise temperature control, and food preservation technology all working together. From a farmer's field to your kitchen table in just 48 hours, every single chip goes through washing, sorting, steam peeling, precision slicing, frying, seasoning, cooling, weighing, and nitrogen-sealed packaging, all happening at speeds that are honestly hard to fully wrap your head around. If you found this breakdown as fascinating as I did, do me a favor and hit that like button. It genuinely helps this channel grow. And if you want more videos exploring how your favorite everyday foods and products are actually made behind the scenes, make sure you hit subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss the next one. Drop a comment below and let me know what food or product you want us to break down next. Thanks for watching all the way to the end, and I'll see you in the next video.